City. Professional park skateboarder and Toyota athlete Jordan Barrett, tuning in from Hawaii. Greg Edwards, president and CEO of Catch Des Moines, the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau. Angela Connolly, Polk County Board of Supervisors of the Lauridsen Skatepark. And Matthew Nielsen, who is the Senior Director of Marketing for Mountain Dew. Thank you all for being with us out here on this Zoom conference call, press conference. And we're going to go ahead and share a nice video with you right now. So for your viewing pleasure, here you are.
It's not like any other sport. You go out there and you skate and you do exactly what you want to do.
It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, white, black. I mean, skateboarding, it's a form of self-expression. It's art.
It's something that I can do everywhere.
It's become such a powerful force. There's no way that they could have ignored it for any longer. Now to see skateboarding get in the Olympics, it's just like...
The scene is set and we have an incredible competition ahead of us.
I mean, to make the Olympic team,
Yeah!
it's gonna be really hard.
This one right here.
Oh my goodness!
Just brings a whole new level, you know. The margin for error is a lot less.
Going for the win. The time is now. Whoa! I'm kind of blown away.
To be able to represent my country and show like the sport that I love, it's kind of crazy.
This right now is some of the most important skating as we approach the Olympic Games.
We also have to represent skateboarding, represent this union that skateboarders really have and share.
It's about going out there and staying on top of your game.
That is wild. Oh my God! A competition on our hands.
There's nothing like a battle in skateboarding. You know, it'll teach you so much about yourself.
Oh wow!
It's a mission on a life-changing journey, and everybody's dedicated.
It ain't over till it's over.
Well, thank you all for watching. And I think it's pretty easy to see how excited we all are that in 2 months from now, we'll be kicking off Dew Tour in Des Moines. The Q&A section is now open for Q&As for members of the press on the call. As you enter your questions, please direct your question to a specific panelist if possible. But now let's hear from Courtney Gressick, Dew Tour's General Manager. Hello, Courtney.
Thanks, DC. And thank you everyone for being here. I really couldn't be more thrilled to talk about Dew Tour coming to Des Moines in May. As we come out of a very rough year globally, it was so great to make this announcement yesterday, which generated so much buzz and excitement. Des Moines, you know, has been on our radar for a while now. It's part of our future planning and exploration of new markets. Des Moines has an incredibly loyal Mountain Dew fan base, and we knew our partners, California Skateparks, who builds our custom courses, were close to finishing, you know, the nation's largest skate park in the heart of the city. So when Catch Des Moines and Polk County reached out to us, the stars really aligned. And after a few visits to Des Moines, we knew it was the right fit. The Lauridsen Skatepark is truly a massive accomplishment for all of those involved. It's a project that is 15 years in the making, and it's a testament to the dedication of the skateboarding community in Des Moines. The course design is truly innovative and pushes progression. I mean, anyone will be able to learn to skate there and continually progress the skill set to a high level. The amount of detail and really the thought that went into the skate park aligns with Dew Tour's core values. And it's incredible that a skate park of such scale is available to the public. I mean, Des Moines has really put a stake in the ground on fostering the future of skateboarding in their community. So it's pretty amazing. So we're really just grateful to be part of the formal grand opening, you know, with skateboarding making its debut in the Olympics this summer. It will be a celebration and a warm welcome to the world's best skaters. You will be hearing from Sean, who skates for our title partner, Mountain Dew, and Jordan with Team Toyota, our mobility partner. And they're going to talk about competing at Dew Tour, you know, what it means and how it will be the only Olympic global qualifier in the US for park and street skateboarding ahead of Tokyo. So again, we are just really excited, and a huge thank you to all involved for making this happen.
Right on. Thank you very much, Courtney. Appreciate it. And now let's hear from a couple of the athletes who are going to be competing at Dew Tour. Sean Malta, we'll go ahead and start with you. And Sean, talk about what it's going to be like to compete at Dew Tour. Brand new street course. That's got to be very exciting, and as a Dew athlete as well.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, we've had a very strange year. So to be able to come together, all of us, Mountain Dew, Dew Tour, Des Moines, to be able to host an event is very special. And I've been with Mountain Dew for a lot of years now, and their dedication to progressing action sports is unparalleled to any other brand. And to be able to do that with Des Moines, who also shows that their dedication to build a 88,000 square foot skate park it's very special to be able to combine all these things and to be able to come and showcase that on a global level. You know, an Olympic qualifying event in Des Moines that's very special. And I'm excited to get out there and compete and to break in this beautiful skate park that everyone came together to build. You know, I know it wasn't an easy process. It was a long process, and this is going to be it's going to be great to be able to break in the park and showcase skating.
What do you think it means just to the skate culture of the Midwest to now have Lauridsen Skatepark, largest in the country, right there in the heart of the Midwest?
I could tell you one thing, there are going to be a lot of very good skateboarders coming out of Des Moines. And I'm from a small town myself. I'm from Kansas City. You know, it's not a big market at all. And so for the Midwest to be able to have a skate park of this caliber is very special. And then obviously, you know, Courtney did talk about how like Iowa, Des Moines is a big market for Mountain Dew. And so to have all of that come together, it's incredible. I'm excited to see the park. I'm excited to skate the park. I'm excited to see the future of skateboarding from Des Moines. And yeah, it's just, you know, May is going to be a very special month for a lot of us skateboarders and a lot of the action sports riders of Des Moines as well.
Now, you coming out of the Midwest, again, coming out of Kansas City, what does this mean to you? You know, when you were a kid growing up, if someone told you that a city in the Midwest would be hosting one of the greatest skateboard competitions out there and also the first major event in 2021, what does this mean to you?
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a lot of aspects to that. I mean, just to be able to skate a near 90,000 square foot skate park in the Midwest that's mind blowing in general. But to be able to skate in a Mountain Dew event, that's not only a major event, it is the only global US qualifier event for the Olympics for skateboarding. And that is just something I never would imagined in a million years. And to be able to compete in an event like that in the Midwest, it's something that I could have never dreamed of. And I'm so happy that Mountain Dew and all these amazing people from Des Moines had come together and made this happen. I mean, we're talking Des Moines, Iowa right now. Like, that's amazing. That's so special. And you know, so excited to get out there and for people to actually too see how beautiful the Midwest is.
Yeah, indeed. I'm excited to come check it out for my first time myself. So Sean, just last question, just what have you been doing during the pandemic? You've been skating a bunch. What have you been doing to prepare for this coming event and just this summer with what we have going on?
Yeah, you know, I think everybody was in the same boat, you know. When it first started, it was all about survival and staying inside and being really safe. And it's still like that, but as things are starting to open up, it is making training a lot easier. I've just been doing a lot of home workouts and skating around the neighborhood a lot and skating these private skate parks that we do have around Los Angeles. So I'm lucky to have those. And now, you know, with this announcement, it's definitely ramped up. I've seen more and more pro skaters out at the skate parks, and I'm looking like, oh, all right, everyone's getting ready. So there will be no shortage of amazing skateboarding that's going to happen in Des Moines. Everyone's really excited. Everyone is preparing for this big Mountain Dew Tour event. So yeah, now it just makes me have to get ready that much more.
Right on. Well, I'm excited to see you skate. I know it's been almost 2 years since I've seen you skate in person, so really fired up to see you.
Wait.
And
I'll see you in Des Moines.
I will see you in Des Moines. Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Sean. And Jordan, now we'll shift our attention to Jordan Barrett, tuning in from Hawaii. Jordan, talk about, as a member of the U.S. skateboarding team, how are you feeling to gear up for the first major competition and first Olympic qualifying event since the fall of 2019?
Yeah, it's super crazy to think that the last contest was last 2019 of November. Like I've never really not done a contest for that long. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, but it's also very, very exciting. It seems like it's been such a long time to just kind of not have any competitions. And now that the announcement, just like Sean was saying, everything's starting to ramp up, and it feels very realistic, and it feels very like it's just around the corner, you know, only 2 more months. And so yeah, I'm very, very excited to get back on my board and in a competition zone. So, and the park looks incredible. The park looks so fun. So I'm very excited.
Right on. Well, excited to see you skate as well. And Jordan, you've been a part of the Toyota team for a couple of years now. So if you could discuss and just explain to us how that relationship and how Toyota is supporting you on the road to Tokyo.
Yeah, Toyota's been a very amazing partnership, and I was very excited to hear that they are the mobility partner with Dew Tour. Yeah, it seems like that just goes hand in hand, so that's very exciting as well. But yeah, it's been really amazing to be partnered with Toyota. You know, it's a very family dynamic, and there's so many different amazing athletes from so many different sports. And, you know, there's some of my favorite surfers, snowboarders, and then, you know, all types of other Olympic athletes and also para athletes that I've gotten to hang out with and kind of learn from, get inspired from, and just see how, you know, hear about their Olympic story and how they've had their challenges and everything like that, and just try to take it all in. So to kind of have that relationship with other athletes is it's very like reassuring for at the Olympics to be able to see familiar faces and go and hang out with and talk with and stuff.
And Jordan, final question for you. What do you think it's going to be like to compete at Dew Tour on a brand new course in a new market, as Dew has been in California, you know, been in Long Beach for the past 4 years?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I've actually never been to Iowa or Des Moines, but I have family out there. So that'll be exciting to be able to have them come out. And yeah, brand new courses. I always love a brand new course, no matter what. That's probably one of my favorite things about traveling for contests, is going and like figuring out a new park, going and like, you see the photos, you get all excited, and it feels like forever until you're there. And once you're there, you're like, oh my gosh, it's even better than I thought it was. And just to go and figure out a new park is just fun in itself, but to have not only a brand new park, but also the world's largest skate park, and we're some of the first people to skate it, is even more exciting. And it's built by California Ramp Works, so they're the best as well.
Yeah.
So it's all very, very, very exciting, and I'm stoked to be able to go out there.
Awesome. Well, can't wait to see you out there. Maybe you're already doing some mind surfing, as you got some sneak previews at the park and putting together some lines already in your head. But yeah, I can't wait to see you out there and see what you bring to the table.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jordan and Sean. Can't wait to see both you guys back at it soon. Now let's talk about Mountain Dew in general with Matt Nielsen, the Senior Director of Mountain Dew Brand Marketing at PepsiCo. Matt, we're entering a new location whose market is incredibly loyal to Mountain Dew. So talk about this loyal fan base of Dew in Iowa and hosting Dew Tour. And how hosting Do Tour is a great way to celebrate that.
Totally. I think from the Mountain Dew side, we're just incredibly excited to bring this tour we've been doing for like 16 years and to bring it to Des Moines, where you have, like Sean said, just so many special things coming together. So it's a rabid Mountain Dew fan base. Like I said, they bleed green. It's a strong area for us, and we have a lot of heart and love for the Midwest, especially a place like Iowa. So to bring this event, which we always get excited for, but it feels particularly special right now. You got a confluence of things going on, coming to such a great skate park, the largest in the U.S. On a year that we're heading into a debut for the skateboarding world at the Olympics is amazing. It's a showcase for just amazing talent like Sean, Jordan, and seeing kind of all of our other Dew athletes. We're really excited. We're really pumped to bring it to the area and kind of invest in a really great up and coming skate culture and kind of see it grow and continue to progress the sport and be great partners with it. So we're very pumped.
And the importance of hosting an Olympic qualifying event for Mountain Dew. What does that mean to you and to the brand? That's a big deal.
I mean, we've been with this sport for so long that from very early days. So to see it kind of continue to grow, expand, and then kind of be part of it as it enters kind of a new phase, it's amazing. I wouldn't even say validation because we obviously believe in the sport tremendously, but to see it continue to expand, grow, get new athletes in every year, and just progress and see how the sport changes over the years. It's really incredible to watch. So watching it take this next step into the future is awesome, and we're proud to be part of it.
And Matthew, you guys have some amazing athletes on your roster. So if you could just talk about how the Dew athletes exemplify the passion of Dew and the sports they excel in.
Sure. I mean, we have a great crew, and we're very proud to have people like Sean on the roster. And we partner very specifically with athletes that kind of exemplify what Dew loves about the sport, which is like it's the passion for the sport, it's the creativity, it's a kind of a unique approach to just how those things come to life and really progressing it in different ways. And that's true with all of our action sports athletes, and it's certainly true with our skateboarding athletes as well. So yeah, I think Dew Tour itself is kind of an opportunity for those athletes to kind of express all the amazing things they can do and show that creativity and put it on display. And we like to see our athletes who kind of embody that themselves.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Matthew. Appreciate your time and being here with us. Once again, everyone, if you have any Q&As, make sure you get those in the chat, and we'll be getting to the questions here after we hear from all our panelists. So let's hear from some of the people who helped make the Lauridsen Skatepark and Dew Tour reality for Des Moines. Greg Edwards with Catch Des Moines, the CEO. How did the Dew Tour, in your words, come to land in Des Moines?
Well, it's all about the Dew, We said, you build it, we'll do it here in Des Moines. In fact, my kids have already renamed Des Moines as Dew Moines. The S's are silent anyway, so what the heck? This goes way back. I think everybody knows what it takes. It takes a total effort to get a project like this off the ground and to be done. And I can't give enough credit to people like Angela Conley, Christine Hensley, the Greater Des Moines Partnership, other business leaders that formed this Skate DSM board years ago and really started putting all this together. So it all started with a vision. And really the end vision is this, because they kept looking at us at Catch Des Moines saying, hey, if we build it, what kind of things can we get in here? What kind of economic impact can this have on the community, on the entire state of Iowa? And we grabbed hold of it. And I've got a great team here, as Courtney and some of the Dew crew know, that have worked very hard with all these great people with Dew Tour. And they started months ago, putting the bug in their ear saying, hey, we got this little skate park that's going to be ready next spring, little as in the biggest in the United States. And they put the bug in the ear, and Courtney and her team reached back out to us and said, we're going to come out and take a look at you. So they came out in February. It was only 25 below zero when they were here for the site visit. The entire course was covered with snow. but they loved it. They could see the vision. They could see where this thing was going. So, our entire community, we buzz about this stuff. We've hosted NCAA men's basketball. We host the Drake Relays every year. We host USA Track and Field Championships, all kinds of different sporting events in this community. We love our sports, and we love our extreme sports like skateboarding. As I said on TV last night in a live interview, they put me on the spot and they said, well, give us a little description of this. And, I'm an old man. I may say I'm stoked up about this, but I'm not even sure what that stoked up means. But they asked me, kind of describe this. I said, well, if you like snowboarding, Olympic snowboarding, it's like snowboarding on wheels. Go figure.
Well, thank you very much for that explanation. Appreciate it. And Greg, I've been to quite a few skate park grand openings, as it's great to see them popping up in communities all over the place. And it's always a big celebration, and it's always a very exciting time. But to kick off the grand opening of the Lauridsen Skatepark with the Dew Tour, just if you can speak about what that means to you and what that means to the city of Des Moines.
It's a dream come true. It literally is. We've built some magnificent facilities in this community that Angela's been behind too, like our Wells Fargo Arena. And we waited for years before we landed the big events, the NCAA National Wrestling Championships, the men's basketball, the women's regional basketball, all this good kind of stuff. And to have a coup like this, right when we're opening a beautiful venue like the Lauridsen Skatepark, to have the Dew Tour, an Olympic qualifying event, the only one in the United States, select Des Moines, it literally brought tears to my eyes and to a lot of people around this community. So proud to host this, and especially coming off this terrible year of pandemic. Our industry has just been devastated by this, and this really gives people a shot in the arm, literally. And we're all going to be vaccinated in Iowa by the time you get here too, by the way. So we're thrilled with that. So thank you.
Right on. And last question for you, Greg. What do you think hosting the Dew Tour will do to help grow tourism for action sports in the Des Moines area?
All of these kinds of things get us so much PR and publicity. And the Dew Tour in particular, is a worldwide event that the whole world is going to be watching. And so it's just an incredible time for us to, as your young athletes have just talked about, so many people have never been to Des Moines, Iowa. Many of the Dew crew that came in had never been here. And they were so delighted to see what we have here. What a cool place it is. What a great place it is to have events. Our skate park right downtown, located close to hotels and restaurants and bars and entertainment venues and all that kind of stuff, that will be serving primarily vodka Mountain Dew that week. But it's just a great setting. It's a cool city. People need to check it out.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. I'm very excited to come check it out. And I think a lot of people, this is going to put Des Moines on the map. And so hope you guys are ready for the influx of orders coming your way. Well, thank you very much, Greg. And Angela Connolly from Polk County Board of Supervisors got some questions for you now. If you could talk about the massive collaboration that took place to get the Lauridsen Skatepark built.
Okay, but just for the record, I hate following Greg Edwards. I've been doing it for the last 22 years. Okay, so, well, we've been working on this project for a long time, but I really got involved in the last couple of years, and the excitement for our youth is really unprecedented. So it really does take a collaboration of everybody. It started out with a community organizer. They took a survey and they wanted to know, what is the number one thing that youth want in our community? And that number one thing was a skate park. There's these little ones all around in our region, but nobody, they were doing it out in the street and they were ruining some of the curbs, and elected officials were mad because it was costing them money. So they said, we really need a nice skate park. If you want to get us off the streets, build us a nice skate park. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to get involved in that project. I've got grandkids. They want to do it. So that's what I did. And it took a lot of people. We formed a committee. We got co-chairs. We had to raise a lot of money, more money than I thought we needed. And if we were going to do it, I said, we got to go big. So we decided to build the biggest one that we could do, and they hired the California Skate Park, which is the best. And people rallied behind it. Took us a while to get there, but we finally did it. But like I said, it takes partnerships, as Greg mentioned, the business community, the partnership, the city of Des Moines who donated the ground, Polk County. I can't thank enough of my colleagues. If I didn't have my votes on the board, I would have never pulled it off. So I'm thankful that it took a lot of folks to put it together.
Right on. Thankful as well. Thank you. So Angela, as the manager of the park, what are some of the long-term goals that you guys foresee for Lauridsen? For example, kids camps. Here at our local skate park, the kids camps are huge. It's crazy how much those have taken off. More competitions, photo shoots with pro athletes, etc.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that's definitely going to happen during the Do Tour. You know, we're excited about all of that. But one of the things that we think that's so exciting about this sport, that we know that kids can get in this less than $100, and it's right in the heart of downtown. I find out they can build their own community within the skate park. Kids get to know other skaters. Older kids get to teach the younger kids. That's why we built the park we did, so that it's competition from a lot less on some of these things. I mean, they do tell me that I could even learn to skate if I wanted to, because it's safe part of the park in there. I don't think I'll be doing some of the courses that are in there that are really tough. Some of these bowls are so deep that I can't even imagine anybody going in them. But that's why we built it the way we did. You know, club sports are expensive, but anybody can go in and do these any kind of skating. So we're hoping for demonstrations, a lot of kids camps. We're just excited that we'll foster an interest in skating and hosting all kinds of demonstrations around this park, youth camps of all kinds. Skate DSM is heavily involved in all of this. We're really, really excited what it's going to bring to our region.
Right on. Well, I think to touch back on what Sean said, I'm really excited to see what kind of talent comes out of Des Moines now in the future, and future possible Olympians as well. Pretty sweet stuff. And last question for you, Angela, just on behalf of Des Moines, what does it mean for Des Moines to be hosting the Do Tour, in your words?
I cannot tell, I can't even hardly put it in words how exciting it is that we're going to have a grand opening, and the Do Tour is going to be part of this grand opening. I never in the wildest dreams when we were building this that I did not know the Do Tour existed, first of all. And then when I found out that it was also an Olympic sport, I wanted so badly to go after this. I still have to pinch myself to think that we're going to get it. And the younger folks keep saying, Angela, how did this ever happen? And I say, because we've got a lot of great people and we have a great city, and our skate park is phenomenal. I mean, it really is. When I go out there and I take a look at it as they're building it, and we've taken some tours of it, it does sort of blow your mind how big it is, and the way the park course is, and some of the street course, and the wow sculpture part, the wow sculpture that people can skate. It's a skatable piece of art. It will blow your mind. Sean and Jordan, you will blow your mind when you get to see this park. It's going to be a great thing for years to come. And I'm very excited that the Do Tour is going to be here and host, and we're going to show you a great time.
Right on. Well, thank you very much, Angela, and thank you for your part, and no pun intended, but paving the way for the future. It's going to be really exciting to see.
It's a lot of concrete out there.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what talent comes out of Des Moines after this. This is awesome. Thank you very much to all our panelists. Appreciate you guys and your time. And now that you've heard from all our panelists, and we see a lot of questions that are coming into the Q&A, thank you guys very much, everyone that has been attending. I will address, and our panelists will answer, and we'll try to get to as many of these as we can. Just a reminder that after this press conference, we'll send a link to it. The email will also include a link to a Do Tour Media Dropbox folder, which contains assets you can use for your stories. So now, getting on to the questions. We'll go ahead and start off, and I apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce anyone's last names or names at all. Marcus McIntosh, okay, that's an easy one. With KCCI, This question is directed to Angela and Greg. How important is it the tour is coming to Des Moines? And you've already touched on that, but we can touch on that some more for Marcus McIntosh from KCCI.
Well, Marcus, this is Angela. You know, as Greg mentioned, we appreciate all of the great regional acts that Catch Des Moines and the Convention and Visitors Bureau helps us bring. And we've had a tough year for sure in the pandemic. And to think that we're going to be hosting such a national event like the Do Tour certainly is going to put a big boost in everyone's pocket, whether it's restaurants, hotels, and just the happiness and the smile on people's faces that we are actually going to host an event in itself in May, coming off what we've had is just some kind of normalcy. We're going to be outside. We know that, you know, certainly COVID hasn't gone away, but this will certainly be a happy occasion for all of us. And we're just so pleased that the Do Tour is going to host right here in Des Moines, Iowa, in Polk County.
Ditto for me, Marcus. Yeah, Angela really hit the spot there. As you well know, we had nothing going on in the travel industry literally for the last 12 months until just a few weeks ago. And we had a couple of agriculture shows, and then we hosted, of course, the high school wrestling and girls and boys basketball championships. And to see actual bodies walking on the sidewalks in downtown Des Moines, going into restaurants, well, that was cool, but you ain't seen nothing yet.
Right on. Yeah. Again, very excited to come experience it for my first time. And it's always fun, the extracurricular activities around Do Tours and getting to check out the city and experience the restaurants, et cetera. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys. Also from Marcus at KCCI, this is for Jordan. Jordan, have you been to Des Moines before? Actually, I think you answered this earlier, but have you been to Des Moines before? If so, what were your impressions? If not, what are your expectations?
Yep, I've never been to Des Moines. I've been to Minnesota, which is close, but that's about it. I don't know what my expectations are. I mean, already starting with the world's largest, or the US largest skate park. So that's about as high on my roster as it could go. So I'm just excited to check out a new city. You know, that's my favorite part of traveling. So I'm excited.
Thank you, Jordan. All right, our next question comes from Shelby. Shelby, I apologize if I mispronounce your last name. Shelby Fleeg with Des Moines Register. And this question is for Sean and Jordan. Can you guys contextualize the atmosphere and significance of Do Tour in comparison to other high-profile competitions? And it's a two-part question. And what role does the hosting city play in terms of shaping your experience at different competitions? Go ahead, Jordan. We'll start with you since you just spoke.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's some of the biggest or the funnest things to check out while at a contest are the city. And especially for me being a new city and a new area that I've never been to the state or anything. So that's always very exciting. And it just makes it more fun at the park, you know, like that's part of skating, of the traveling and stuff. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Jordan. And Sean, can you contextualize the atmosphere and significance of Do Tour in comparison to other high-profile competitions?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of these competitions that we do skate that aren't the Do Tour, you know, you show up, you skate, you try your best, and you're out. You know, you go home and you live with what you did on the course. For Do Tour and Mountain Dew sponsored events, it's a lot more about showcasing the art and the creativity of skating, as well as the actual level and talent of skating. And that's what I love about the Do Tour and about all of Mountain Dew events. It's about the culture, and they do a really good job at showcasing that. And, you know, I do believe in this event. It will be just as much about skating in Des Moines as well as it will be a 2021 global qualifier event for the Olympics. So it just kind of showcases the wide range of skating and what we believe in and you know, how we live our lives.
Right on. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, the host city definitely, I'd say, plays a important role in shaping the experience at different competitions, and it's going to be neat to see the personal stamp that Des Moines puts on this event.
Absolutely.
All right, our next question, John Schaefer with WOI. This is for Courtney. Courtney, how many fans will be allowed in? And for those who haven't seen a Dew Tour event, what can they expect the competition to be like?
Yeah, so, you know, safety is still going to be paramount, you know, for this event. You know, we're on the heels of the pandemic. So there will absolutely be fans and spectators inside the competition venue, as well as in the Dew Tour experience, which is our festival village. We don't have a solid number just quite yet. It's a very fluid process that we're continuing to assess and keeping up with the trends, and everything's moving in the right direction. And as Brad mentioned regarding the vaccinations, you know, we are going to continue to work on that plan, you know, up until the date. So there will be fans and spectators. You know, it will be kind of a ticket reservation process, but the event is still going to be free. It's just part of those protocols, or we're going to have to establish sort of that level of control, but still free to the public. And just, you know, stay tuned on dewtour.com for more information on all of that. And what was the second part of the question?
The second part of the question was, for those who haven't seen a Dew Tour event, what can they expect the competition to be like?
Man, so this year, you know, we're constantly looking at the schedule with a global qualifier like this. These are jam-packed, action-packed days. We're talking about, on average, 9 hours of competition per day. And you're really just going to be seeing the world's best skaters, you know, competing on the ultimate level. So it's going to be a really fun competition to watch. And you're also going to see a lot of, you know, the amazing parts of Des Moines that we're talking about in terms of art and culture, skateboarding culture, with a backdrop of the Women's Achievement Bridge behind the course. You're going to see all of that integrated in, you know, to the actual competition and the live stream. So there's never really a dull moment. It's going to be, you know, a hectic schedule, but very fun to watch.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Courtney. And it is going to be extremely fun to watch. So I encourage anyone that can come out to check it out. Definitely, you don't want to miss it. And our next question comes from Chris Karatke with Inside Action Sports Magazine. And the question is, can you talk a little about your thoughts and feelings on skateboarding being a part of the Olympic Games? So I think Sean and Jordan, if you guys can speak on that, seeing as how you're the best representatives of skateboarding here on this panel. So Jordan, we'll go ahead and start with you. If you could talk a little bit about your thoughts and feelings on skateboarding being a part of the Olympic Games.
Yeah, it's very, very, very exciting. You know, it seems like it's the Olympics come every 4 years, and it seems like that's such a long time, but this has been even longer. And so it's very exciting for everyone at the Olympics. Yeah, being a women's skater, it's very, it's needed for sure. It's helped a lot of things already, and it hasn't even happened yet. Just, you know, making things a lot more equal. It's a very male-dominated sport, and there's been women that have come years before me to try to push it to make, you know, to have more contests, to have prize purses, things like that, sponsors. And, you know, now it's 2021, and things are very, very equal. It still has ways to go, of course, but it's been amazing. It's been amazing to see how far it's come on the women's side for sure. But also, for example, you know, we got this insane skate park coming, and now that it's an Olympic sport, it's bringing skating to all over the world and making more kids into it. And it's only going to help the sport and better it and get more people into it, which is only a good thing. So
awesome. Thank you, Jordan. Sean, if you can talk about your thoughts and feelings on skateboarding being part of the Olympic Games?
Yeah, skating has always been a very underground, it's even debated if you want to call it a sport. People, maybe call it a passion or an art. And either way, to be able to be on that same level as these sports that have been around forever is just incredible to be able to compete at. I mean, the Olympics is the highest level of competition that you can get to. So for skating to get to that level, and just like Jordan was saying, on an equality basis for women, for people of all races, all around the world, it's a very special thing to go to a Dew Tour and to look around and see people from Europe, people from Asia, people from Australia. It's just, really makes you feel the impact that skating has on the world. And of course, here we are skating the biggest skate park in the US in Des Moines, Iowa, people all around the world. It is just a very incredible feeling, and it's huge for skateboarding.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. Next question, Shelby Fleeg from Des Moines Register. This is for Greg Edwards. Can you detail the event's anticipated economic boost for the city? And we'd already touched on this a little bit, but if there's anything else that came to your mind, Greg, feel free to touch on it some more. Can you detail the event's anticipated economic boost for the city and whether that's especially important after the past year?
You bet. Yeah, Shelby. We've accumulated some numbers from past Dew tours, primarily in Long Beach, California. And to totally quantify this event, it'll take till after the event's over. But, we're seeing an estimated at least $4 million in economic impact throughout the community based on hotel rooms, sponsorship dollars, just everything included. So it's a pretty significant event, very significant event for us.
Thank you very much, Greg. And our next question from Rob Lemke, DM Radio Group. Do you see the Dew Tour partnership becoming a yearly event outside of an Olympic qualifying year?
Yes. Oh, wait, that wasn't for me, was it?
No, well, feel free. It wasn't directed to anyone in particular. So yeah, Greg, feel free to go ahead and speak on that. And Courtney as well, since you're the best for representing Dew Tour, if you want to speak on that as well.
Yeah, Greg, feel free to chime in also, but absolutely. For us, this was a very strategic long-term decision. This wasn't like a quick fix or anything to host this event. Like I mentioned earlier, the stars really aligned, and for all the reasons of it being a loyal Mountain Dew fan base and this amazing skate park, we do look to go beyond a year with this partnership for sure.
And Courtney and her team knows they are more than welcome to continue at least a 20-year contract with us. So we're in for the long haul.
And Jordan and I will be down to skate that skate park for the next 20 years as well. So
right on, right on.
Heck yes. All right, thank you guys. All right, let's see. Shelby Fleeg from Des Moines Register. Once again, this question is for Courtney. Courtney, how can fans learn more about the free ticketing process to attend once that is determined? I'm sure there's many young skateboarders that are very excited, so we can touch on that some more just to make sure that everybody is clear on how they can come and check out Dew Tour.
Oh yeah, the requests are already coming in. Yeah, so it'll be a bit of a different marketing strategy for us, which will be kicking off shortly. Much more of an educational process to ensure that everybody, is aware of the process, how to attend, what to be prepared for. So we will be making those announcements, soon. So just stand by, again, dewtour.com for those updates, and as well as the Dew Tour app. We'll be leveraging that to share out all the information about everything, competition, attending, etc.
All right. Thank you very much, Courtney. And that was the last question. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I just want to thank you all so much for attending this press conference to discuss Dew Tour. And again, I speak on behalf of everyone when I say we can't wait to celebrate in our new home as these incredible athletes from around the world compete on their road to Tokyo. Big stuff coming to Des Moines, and really excited. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Take care.